right? You people know we have something called list view, right? We have something called list view. For example, if you see this, this is nothing but your list view. This is nothing but your list view. Now I can have all accounts. Okay, I'm getting all the accounts of all the accounts in your org. Okay, let's say if you are selecting my accounts, all the accounts created by us. Okay, if you say last week account, the records or the data which are created in last week. Okay, similarly, if you check, and this is working on account object, this is working on the account object, right? Let's say platinum and gold SLA customers, again it is depend. Okay, so this is what we are calling list view. This is a list view. Let me show this in lightning version as well. Now here, this is your list view in lightning. Here, let's say see the same thing that we have, right? New last week. Right. Now, these are again, I told you people, in Salesforce, we have everything called standard and custom. Okay. Now, these list views are your standard list view. Okay, these are your standard list view. Okay, now you want to get the data. Let's say now you want to get the data which are created in last week. So this is the list view to do that, right? Now let's say you have some specification. Let's say you want a data. Let me say here. Let's say you want a data whose rating is hot. Whose rating is hot. Okay, so for now, as of now, let me create a new record, new data. Let's say account name is TCS. Now this account stores the information of company, right? Obviously, here the company name is TCS. The purpose of account object is to store the details of the company, and here the name of the company is TCS. Let's say rating is hot, and save the record. Just save the record. Done. So I don't know how many hot records do we have, right? For to know that, I cannot go one by one and check, right? That's why we have the list view. Okay. Now let me create a new list view. To create a new list view, here you need to click on this list view controllers. This is nothing but your list view controllers. Okay. In lightning version, I'm saying list view controller and click on new. So the name will be hot ratings. Hot ratings. Nice one. Right. The name of this is hot rating. And see here, do we have users? We have users, right? We have multiple users, right? So the list view that you are creating should be visible to you. Should it be limited to you, or should it also visible to other users? Should also other users can also use this or not? That is what you have to define it here. Okay, that is what we are defining it here. Who sees this list view? Only I can see. Otherwise, all users can see. Otherwise, share list view to the group of users. Okay. As if now, let's discuss this in the security concept. As if now, only I can see the list view. Save it out. అంటే మీరు క్రియేట్ చేస్తున్న లిస్ట్ వ్యూని మీరే చూడగలుగుతారా లేదా మీ కొలీగ్స్ your colleagues can also able to see or what it's like now here you need to add the filter. Okay, here you need to add the filter. Let's say you miss this filter. Okay, just simply click on it and now you have the filter. Okay, click on add filter. Right now you people tell me what is the field name that I have to take. What is the field name that I have to take?
Rating.
Obviously rating, right? Right. Rating. Rating equals to what can be the value? Hot. So whatever the rating with hot value will get those records only. Done and save. So there are 3 records which are of hot rating. Okay. Let's say I want to create another list view. Let's say let me go to this application, sales application. And let me go to this opportunities. Right. Here, if you see all opportunities, you will get 31 items. Okay. Here you are getting 31 items. Let's say you want only the records which are above 15,000 or 20,000. Okay. Whose amounts are above 15,000 or 20,000. Right. Now you people guide me. Where should I go? Right. List view control. Now do not confuse between this list view and this setup. Okay. Right. Here we have the list view. Now new list view. Right. Right. What can give the name? What can be the label? Amount greater than 15,000. Say 15K. Okay. Right. Here click on save. Now you tell me what should I add in the filter? Sorry. Add filter. Which field I need to select? Amount. Okay. Operator. Nice. Greater than or equals, right? Greater or equals. The value will be 15. That's it, right? Done. Now let me save the record. Okay, all I believe all are above 15,000. Okay, just let me just rename it. To rename this, again, list view controls, click on rename. Let's change it to above 75K. Save it. Above 75K. And the value, I need to change the value, right? I need to change it to 75. 75, done. We save the records. Hi. This one, right?
Long time coming.
Yes. Right. Here we have 23 records which are above 75,000, right? Which are above 75,000. Right? Now, what if you want the records which are greater than 75 and the stage is closed one? Okay. The stage is closed one. If you see this opportunity, we have something called stages. We have something called stages too, right? So let me create a record now. Let's say TCS opportunity. Okay. And the amount is, let's say 85,000. Right. Now the stage is prospecting. Stage is prospecting. Let me save the record. Okay, sorry. This is mandatory. Okay. Done, right? Now, if I go to this opportunity and click on this amount greater than 75, I'm getting all the records whose stages are close one, values, and all, right? But I want only the stage of close one. Okay. I want only the closed one records. For that, I'll just simply click on this filter. I'm already into this list view, right? So now this filter will apply to the current list view, right? Add filter. Again, you need to add another filter. That is stage, right? Nice. Stage is equals to closed one. closed won. Done. Done, right? Let's save the reply.
So this is list view, right?
Yes, this is list view. Right. Now you're having all the right. We have only 14 items and the stage is closed one, which are above 75,000, which are above 70 or equals to 75,000. Okay. This is how you filter the data. This is how you filter the data. Even if you go to the cases and all, you will have the same filters to apply on. Okay. Now let's say list view. It will help to filter the data. It will help you filter the data. Now the task on list view will be create a list view, create a list view on account, on account, on account, on account, which show the data only of cold records. Which show the data only of cold records. Okay, that's your first one. Second, create a list view on opportunity, which show the data of records which are going to end on next week, or let's say going to close on next week, right? Close on the next week, which means here if you see, you need to work on close date. You need to work on the close date. Okay. That's about the list view. And next topic. Now the important. This is important. This is very important. We have something called record types. We have something called record types and page layouts. Record types and the page layout. So the till now we have created the fields, right? We have created fields which look like this, right? Whatever you create, you will have the fields below it, right? Now I don't want this bank and account. These are the relationship, right? These are the relationship. Bank and account, these are the relationship. This has to be on top. Okay. This has to be on top. Relationship should be on top. Let's say here, if you see, click on new, you'll get the field something like this, right? Now I want to keep this above amount. Okay, I want to take it on top. For that, you have to use page layouts. For that, you have to use the page layout to customize the page. Let's say here, when you click on new, it is opening one new page. It is opening one new page. And this page needs the customization. Okay. Let's see how to do that. Edit object. Page layouts. Okay. Yes. Again, as I told you, everything will have standard and custom. This is your standard layout. This is your standard layout. If you see, let's edit the standard layout. Edit. Right. Simple. This is the same page, right? This is the same page. When you click on new, you will have the page something like this. Okay. All you need to do is drag and drop. drag and drop. Simple. Drag and drop. Now let's say you want to have payment related details on a separate section. Okay. Now all you need to do is add this section here. Drag and drop. Again, same. Drag and drop the section. Now you need to give a name for this section. For example, here let's say transaction detail. Transaction details and the page layout. How should be the page layout? For example, if you see this, if you see opportunity, when I click on opportunity, you are having two columns. Okay, column 1 and column 2. Okay, whereas in transaction, uh, here in transaction, if you see, we have only single column, right? This section is having only single column. Okay, if you are taking another section, here you can have two columns, and these are the tab key orders. For example, if you see opportunities, new, I'm on opportunity name. When I press this tab button in your keyboard, I'm going to the right. Then on, I'm again coming back to the below the first one, right? That is your zigzag order, right? From left, right. Otherwise, you can have something like this, right? Top, right? Let's have the left, right only and click on OK. Okay. Now, here, we got the transaction details, right? We got the transaction detail. So what are the details we have here? Amount is again a transaction detail, right? Drag and drop it over this field. Say date and time of transaction, right? Right. Okay. Let's have these two fields here. Okay. Just save this. Just save the page. Just save the page. Right. Now, if I go back, refresh the page, and click on new. If I scroll down, this is why we say lighting is a slow version. We go to the classic transactions, new. Right. Now we have another session called transaction details, right? Transaction details. Again, I can again make some customization to it. For example, if I edit this page, you see, I can have this data towards my right. Okay. If I want for this, I can have this data towards the right. Okay. Let's have it here. Done. Okay. Let me just save it. Refresh the page. Let's see. You made the customization. You just customized the page. Now, when I press this tab button, see above section, I'm going top down, right? Whereas this section, if I press this, I'll go to the right. Okay. Now let's say you want to create the transaction for two people. Okay. For two people. Let's say minor transaction and major transaction. They are two type of transaction. Let's say minor and major. Okay. For these two transaction, you have to build two different pages. Okay. Two type of transaction, and you need to build two different pages for this two. Let me just write it down. Page layout is a blueprint of the page. Blueprint of a page or customized pages. Now we have something called record type, right? Record type. Now, if you see this, you see this transactions, if you see this transaction is a object. Okay, transaction is an object, and these are the records of your transaction. These are the records of your transaction. Now, these records, again, I want to create two types of records. One, as discussed, one is major, second one is minor. Okay, say there are two types of records. One major, second is minor. Okay. Now let me go to the transaction and create the record types. Okay. Here we have the record types. Record types, new. See what happens now. Right. Here, if you see, we have a record type. Okay, let me create one record type. Say major, right? Major, active, and on next. It is asking you to give the page layout. It is asking you to give the page layout. As if now we have only one page layout, that is your transaction, right? Again, this page layout will visible to what profiles? Again, the profile permissions. Okay, this page layout, this record type should be visible to these profiles or not. Okay, it should, if it is, if we need to provide the visibility simply to all the profiles, you can give it here. Otherwise, to a specific profile, click on this and you can remove the access. For example, here, since we have only one page layout, we cannot remove it. But let's see. Click on save. Let's create another page layout. Right. We have the major. Let me go to page layout again. Create a new page layout. Sorry. New page layout. Existing page layout. You need to select one existing page layout so that you can copy the page. Okay. Again, you cannot build the page, right? You have to copy a page, right? Let's say here, minor page layout, and click on save. See what happens. Now you will get the same page layout as transaction page layout. Okay, same page layout as transaction page layout. Now you don't want this field, account number and mode of payment to display. You don't want account number and mode of payment to display. You simply need to click on this remove, and boom, the fields will be gone. The fields will be gone and it will store in here, this box. If you want to add it back, just need to drag and drop the fields. Okay. Let me save it till here. Let me save this out. Let me create another page layout called major page layout. Another page layout called major page. Let me copy the transaction layout. Major page layout. Click on save. Now here, let me remove this date and time of this transaction. Okay, click on save. No more changes, just a simple one. Okay. Now let me create another record type. We already have one record type with major. Let me create another record type with minor. Right? Activate it. Click on make available and make sure you don't check this out. Please do not check this out. Okay. It will create a bigger mess. For example, if something is default, you need to remove this. You need to, let's say you want to delete this record type. Okay. Let's say you want to delete this record type. You have to go, if it is default, you have to go each and every profile and then remove from the profile, and then you can able to delete the record type. And మీరు ఇది డిఫాల్ట్ చేస్తే ప్రతి ఒక్క ప్రొఫైల్ లోపలికి వెళ్ళి అక్కడ నుంచి ఈ పేజ్ లేఅవుట్ ని ఈ రికార్డ్ టైప్ ని రిమూవ్ చేసి దెన్ యూ కెన్ ఏబుల్ టు డిలీట్ ఇట్. ఓకే జస్ట్ చెక్. అండ్ నెక్స్ట్ page layout minor page layout. Let me just save the record. If you see this page layout, let's say what we have done, we have created two page layouts, right? One is major and the one is minor, but we have created two record types as well, right? Major and minor. Now you see, we have something called page layout assignment. Click on it. Click on edit assignment. See here, for major record type, what is the page layout? It is transaction, right? This should not happen, right? We have created major page layout too, right? All you need to do is simply click on it, click on major, and from here you need to change the page layout. For example, for major, we have major page layout, and okay, it is changing for the profiles. You save. We go back, refresh the page, click on new. It will ask you to select one record type. Since we have two types of records, one is major and another one is minor, you have to select any one of these. Now let's see the same in Lightning version. We go to the transactions. Click on new. Here you have again two page layouts, two record types, major and minor. For major, let's say click on next. See, we removed few data, right? We removed a date kind of field, right? And now you don't have it here, right? For example, now let's take minor one and next, right? Here we have the date and type, but again, we have removed something from this information section, right? So it depends on the data. It depends on the record type that will get the page. It depends on the record type will have the pages. Okay. Now, if you see, I want to make this credit card number for major, credit card number should be mandatory. Okay. For minor, it is not mandatory. Okay. Now let's do the same. Let's check it out how we can do. To make something mandatory, what are the ways to make something mandatory? Till now, what are the ways we have seen? We have some required. Where? While creating a field, right? Now, if I go to this field, and check the required button, edit object, fields and relationship. Here, if I go to that field, is credit card number, right? Let me edit this. Right. Here, if I click on required, save, then you people see what's happening. Right. Let's refresh the page. Click on new. Let's check it for major. Next. This is why we have to use classic version. అక్కడ కూడా వస్తాయి చేంజెస్ కాకపోతే కొంచెం మెల్లగా వస్తుంది. New, let's say for major, continue. Right, your credit card number is mandatory, but again, if you cancel it, if you see for minor also The credit card number is mandatory. I don't want this to happen for minor. Okay, this thing should be done only for the major record type, right? So let me go back and just uncheck this required button. Okay. Now let me go to this page layouts. Have the page layout here, right? Page layouts. Let me go to the major page layout. Where is the field? Where is the field? Right. We have credit card number here, right? All you need to do is select this property, click on this property, and just select on required. Okay. Okay. Done. Click on quick save. Okay. Quick save. And now if you go back, refresh the plan, refresh it. For major, if you see, continue. We have it required, but now for minor, let's see for the minor. For minors, it is not required. So that's the use of page layouts. Okay, something if you want to required, if you want to make required for one type of record, you can make it required. For other type of record, you can skip that required. Okay. Now again, you are setting the visibility of these pages too. Visibility of these pages. Okay. For example, when you see this, while creating the page layouts, the record type, sorry, while creating the record types, let's say I don't want major record type to be visible for system administrator. I don't want him to see this record type, major record type. Okay. Page layout assignment. Okay. Page layout assignment. Click on edit assignment. Here, I'm into major, right? This is your major record type. Right. Now here we have system administrator. Just simply select it. Okay. Select it. Just change the just change the page layout for that. Just change the page layout. Let me save it now. Okay. Now if he goes here, I'm the system administrator, right? Here I'm the system administrator. If I go back to the transaction, click on new. For major also, I'll have the same one. And for minor, let me just compare it. New, major, continue. Mode of payment, so bank account number. Okay, fine. Here, if you see, I'm having changes. Did I save this? Okay, I'm having the transaction layout, right? Just let me change it to minor layout only. Let me change it to minor. Where if the system admin want to open this transaction, he has to go to the minor page layout. Let's say he needs to have this minor page layout. Let me just remove this too. Here, transaction. Click on new. For major, continue. I'm having how many fields? 3, 4, 5, right? The same if let me go and check for the minor one. Minor. Continue. I'm having the same fields. Okay. For one profile, you can give same record types too. For one profile, you can give the same page layouts using different record types. Using different record types, you can have the same page layouts, right? Now, once you save the data, for example, if I go and let me revert back these changes. Right. Right. Here, new, major, continue. Okay. Let me put this bank, say HDFC, account as TKM, credit card number, so on. Let me just save this. Now, again, if I'm going to transaction, this is the record that I have created, right? By seeing this, am I able to see what is this record type? What the record type we have taken? What we know, we just took the major record type. But here, if you see the record, there is no record type mentioned, right? Now, if I create the data using minor record type as well, let's say here using minor record type as well, say SBI account is TCS or something. Say, see again, there is no record type mentioned here, right? There is no record type mentioned. Okay. So how should I know? How should I know the records? These records are of which among these are minor, which among these are major? How should I know that? What should I do to know that? Nice. List view, right? List view. Let's create a list view in the classic version. You just witness the list view of Lightning. Let's see this in classic. Let's say major records, major records. Okay. Now this is the filter. This is the filter. Right. Here we have something called record type. Here we have something called record type equals to major, right? So, and let me save the record now. We'll discuss about it. Let me have another record type with minor records. Minor records. Again, record type is equals to minor. Record type is equals to minor, and then save the list view. Save your list view. So, right, we have created only one record with minor and one record with major. Okay. Irrespective of any record type, if you see, when I click on new, here with the major, continue. Let me create another bank, another record. For major account is this. Say this is the number and save. If I go back to the major records and click on go, I'll have two records, right? Two records. Whereas for the minor, I'll have only one records, right? But while creating this list view, if you see this, while creating this list view, we have one more option, select fields to display. Select fields to display. For example, here if you see, there is only one field which is displaying, right? That's your transaction number. If you edit this, let me add a bank, credit card number, and account. Okay, that keeps account on top. Right. Again, the same securities. Okay. Next, save. Right. Now we got the four fields to display. If you see the major records as well, for major records, again, you need to edit and you need to add the field. For example, I just want to add the bank and save. Now I'm having two fields to display. That is your transaction number and bank. Okay. So the task is to create this list view and another list view. Create a list view. on account whose or which show the data of dealer and create a list view on account which show the data of customer. If you see this project, CG Sales, if you see this project in CG Sales, we have record types, page layouts, and record types to work on. It was on downloads. If you see this project, right here we have record types and page layouts. Okay. Now you please do not work on these two, 27 and 28. Okay, but complete these three now. Okay, complete only these three, 24, 25, 26. By this, anyways, you have to complete. I believe everyone has completed till the relationship, right? Right. So now just complete these three, and we'll have the session on tomorrow on this two or three. These three are different. Right. Complete the formulas and validations rules too. Right. Have you started working on this validations and formulas of CG? No, I believe you have done only in the recruitment, right?
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Okay. So kindly start working on this formula, CG project formulas and the validation rules. So today the task is on list views. Complete the formula of CG and recruiting and complete the validations in CG and recruiting. Seventh, complete the record types and page layouts of recruiting, same of CG and recruiting. Of CG and recruiting. Okay. And right, that's it. Very easy peasy, very chinnabuddhi tasks. Right? Huh? I don't know. Try win. So try to complete it. Anyways, till Saturday you have time. Try to do it on your own. Anyways, on Saturday we'll do it. Okay. But it would be great if you people have time. Let me show this in line. Here you have this, right? Right. For the bank, if you see here, we have select fields to display. Okay. Here, from here, you can add. For example, let's add this amount and save. Now it will work on both classic and lightning. It will implement on both classic application and the lightning application.
And here there is no need to upgrade.
You don't need to already upgraded.
100.
Yeah. Right.
What would be a custom when you would have upgraded it and then these things would have displayed?
No, that's not. Anyways, these are the custom list view only.
I get the analogy because when we are creating something in classic, and you want that something to be in lightning,
Right.
We have to upgrade it.
Right.
So in this case, since it's already built on standard, this is automatically being distributed in lightning.
Let me clear that. whatever whatever the application that you create in Classic will be upgraded into Lightning. Okay, only upgradation part will work on the application. Okay, if you see this transaction is not dependent on any application. Okay, transaction is an object. Okay, one object is different. It is not dependent on any application or any interface, whether it can be Classic or whether it can be Lightning one. Okay, if you make any changes, if you created something in one object, it will reflect in both Classic and the Lightning. If you do it on the standard objects like account also, since account is also an object, it will apply it on both the interfaces. Okay. Only application is what you need to apply. Right? Okay, people. See you guys tomorrow. Thank you.